But why everyone needs it so badly? It is because it can save a large amount of information, and can perform calculations faster than humans. Could you please tell me how it does all these? Don't worry, I will teach you. At the end of this unit, you will be able to list the characteristics of computer, explain the various input devices of computer, describe the components and function of CPU, explain the various output devices, explain the difference between various computer languages, list the basic applications of computer. Let us see what makes people so dependent on computers. Computers take much lesser time to complete a task. Output given by the computer will always be free of error. It has high storage capacity. In its huge memory, it can store a larger amount of information. Diligence. It never gets bored of doing the same work again and again, or never gets tired, even after working for a long time. It is versatile. A computer has many uses like drafting a letter, performing calculations, watching movies, listening to music, etc. But they do not have the capacity to think and react in an unexpected situation. They can do only things that they are programmed to do. Let us see what makes a computer system. A computer system has two integral parts, hardware and software. We will first see about computer hardware. Computer hardware is the physical parts that make up the computer. It includes parts that are inside and outside the computer. Computer hardware mainly consists of an input unit, central processing unit, auxiliary storage, and an output unit. We will learn about each of these hardware devices in detail in this lesson. Let us learn about input units. Anything that you give to a computer is the input. The devices used to give input to a computer are called input devices. Click each device to know more. The keyboard is the most commonly used device for direct input of alphanumeric data into computers. A scanner converts photographs or printed documents into digital files. Graphic tablet helps the user to hand draw images, just as they draw using a paper and pen. A mouse typically controls the motion of a pointer in 2 dimensions, in a GUI. A light pen is a pointing device, which when connected to a computer, can be used for manipulating data on the screen. It is usually used by engineers and architects to draw directly on the computer monitor. A digital camera takes photographs and videos digitally, and records it in a light-sensitive sensor. Now let's learn about a group of input devices, called biometric devices. Biometrics is the identification of a person by the measurement of their biological or behavioral features. When compared to a password, biometric authentication is much more difficult to fake, since it is unique to the person. Let us now discuss about some important biometric devices. Click each biometric device to learn more. A face scanner identifies a person by taking measurements of his or her face. Face scanners are considered to be very secure. A hand scanner recognizes the person by the palm of his or her hand. A finger scanner identifies the person by his or her fingerprint. A retina or iris scanner recognizes a person by scanning the iris or retina of his or her eyes. Since there is no known method to duplicate the retina or iris of a person, these scanners are considered to be more secure than other biometric devices. A voice scanner scans a person's voice, break it down mathematically, and identify him or her. Let's learn now about QR codes, a type of matrix barcodes, and how the smartphones act as the code readers. QR code is abbreviated from Quick Response Code. It is a type of 2D barcode that contains information about the item to which it is attached. Typically, a smartphone is used as a QR code scanner. It must have preloaded apps to scan such QR codes. It scans the code and displays the decoded information in a readable form. For example, the decoded information may be a URL for a website, details about the product, or a coupon, which you can use in a local outlet. Now we will see touch screens. You must have seen computers with touch screens, especially in ATM centers. Even now, your mobile phones and tablet PCs are also having touch screen facility. Touch screen is also an input device, which is a computer display screen. It allows the user to interact directly with the computer with just a touch. Let us learn about CPU of a computer. Though all parts of a computer are important, CPU is said to be the brain of the computer. A central processing unit consists of arithmetic and logical unit, control unit, memory unit. Arithmetic and logical unit does all the arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and comparisons. Control unit controls the flow of data from input devices to the processor, and output from the processor to the output devices. Registers are memory units present in the CPU which stores data and information which are immediately required for operation. All these parts inside the CPU are connected to other parts of the computer using address buses, data buses and control buses. Let us now learn about computer data storage units. These are simply called as storage or memory. Computer memory is broadly divided into two categories: primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is otherwise called main memory. It is the only one directly accessible to the CPU. The CPU continuously reads instructions stored here and executes them as required. Primary memory is further classified into RAM, ROM, and cache. Secondary storage, or memory, is further classified into internal storage and external, or offline storage. Click on each tab to know more. RAM is random access memory. It is very fast, and is used to store data and programs, which a computer processor is currently processing. It is volatile. That is, it loses its contents when the power is switched off. ROM is read-only memory. It can also be quite fast. It is used to store data which will not need to change, such as software to start up and run an electronic device, or for the basic startup functions of a computer. It is non-volatile. Cache memory. It is a bit like RAM, except it's built right inside a processor, and is even faster than RAM. It's used by the processor to avoid having to slow down to the speed of the RAM all the time. Like RAM, it is also volatile. The internal secondary storage is otherwise called auxiliary memory. Unlike primary memory, CPU cannot directly access the secondary memory. Secondary memory does not lose the data when power supply is lost. Hence it is non-volatile. Internal hard disk drive is a typical example for secondary memory devices. Secondary storage can be done via external, removable devices too. Such secondary storage is called offline storage. USB flash drives, external hard disks, CD-ROM, are some examples for offline storage. Let us now learn about output unit. Output unit includes all the devices that give out information from the computer to the user. Common output devices are monitor, speaker, printer, and plotter. The monitor of the computer, which looks like a television screen. It forms texts and images from tiny dots, called pixels. The sharpness of the output depends on the number of pixels. The output that you see on a monitor is called the soft copy. Speakers give out sound in the form of music, as well as spoken words. Laptop has built-in speakers. Printers and plotters help to take printouts on papers. Let us discuss about printers and plotters in detail. Now let us learn about another output device, the printer. The display on the computer screen can be printed onto a paper by using the printer. The output produced on a paper is called hard copy. Printers are of two types: impact printers and non-impact printers. The impact printers are again of two types: line printers and character printers. A line printer prints one line at a time. It is a high-speed printer, which prints 300 to 3000 lines per minute. Examples of line printers are drum printers and chain printers. Let us see how a drum printer works. Drum printers. A drum printer has a cylindrical drum, embossed with characters, one character in one line of the drum. There will be number of hammers in a drum printer. When the desired character reaches the selected position of the paper, the hammer strike on the paper from behind, pushing it onto the ribbon and embossed character. This prints that character in that line. Similarly, all character present in that line will be printed when it passes that position. The drum rotates very fast rate, so in a single rotation of the drum, a line of text will be printed. Drum printers cannot print different fonts or colors, but only one font embossed on the drum. Let us see the working of a chain printer. It has all the characters mounted on a chain. The paper is mounted between the hammers and the ribbon. When the desired letter in the chain reaches the position, hammers will hit the paper, pushing it to the ribbon and the character. This will print that character on the paper. This chain moves at a very high speed, so one line of text will be printed at a time. Now, we will learn about character printers. Character printers print one character of text at a time. They are very slow. Examples of character printers are dot matrix printer and letter quality printer. This is the dot matrix printer head. It consists of a vertical array of pins. As the printer head moves forward, the selected pins will strike the ribbon. Number of pins in the printer head may be 9 pin, 18 pin, or 24 pin. More the number of pins in the head, more the quality of printout. Most character printers are bidirectional. They print from left to right, and then back from right to left. Let us now learn about letter quality printers. Letter quality printers do not print characters as dots. It prints full characters. Daisy wheel is an example of letter quality printer. The head of a daisy wheel has the shape of daisy flower, hence it is known as daisy wheel. The letters are mounted on the petals of the daisy wheel. The hammer will strike and print the characters when the correct character comes in the right position. It prints 90 characters per second. Let us learn about non-impact printers. In impact printers, you learned that the impact of hammer on the paper produces the print. In non-impact printers, the printer head do not touch the paper. Non-impact printers are of type electromagnetic, thermal, inkjet, and laser. Electromagnet printers work on the magnetic recording. The desired output is written on the drum surface, which comes into contact with magnetic powder that sticks to the charged areas. This powder is pressed onto the paper. Thermal printers use a specially coated paper. When it passes under the printer head, it is heated. The heated portions turns black, producing the image of the character. Now let us see the working of inkjet printer. Inkjet printer's head consists of thousands of tiny nozzles. These nozzles spray tint droplets of ink continuously into the paper, creating the image. This gives a high-quality printout, as each character is formed by a large number of ink droplets. Now let us see the working of laser printers. A laser printer uses a laser beam to create an image on the rolling drum. Output image, created by the laser beam, will be written on the drum. The drum attracts donor ink particles in the electrically charged areas. This is transferred to the charged paper using heat or pressure. Let us learn about plotters. Plotters are output devices which are used to get large drawings. It is usually used for getting engineering and architectural drawing. Plotters use one or more pens to draw lines on the paper. There are mainly 4 types of plotters: drum plotter, micrographic plotter, inkjet plotter, flatbed plotter. Let us learn about the different plotters in detail. Click each plotter to learn more about it. Drum plotter consists of a drum and a cartridge mounted with pen. The paper will be placed over the drum. Depending on the instructions from the computer, the drum moves clockwise and anti-clockwise, and the pen moves left and right horizontally to produce the drawings. In micrographic plotter, the paper will be held on both sides and moved back and forth by pinch wheels. Flatbed plotter consists of a stationary horizontal, flat surface. Paper is fixed on the flat surface, and the pen is moved to draw the image. Inkjet plotter uses a jet of ink instead of pen to produce the drawings on the paper. We will now learn about software. Software is the non-tangible part of a computer. It is a set of programs or instructions given to the computer to make it give us the required output. Softwares are divided into 4 types: system software, application software, utilities, and packages. Let us first discuss about system software. System software is the basic program in a computer that enables the user to interact with the computer hardware and application programs. System program is again classified into operating system, assemblers, compilers, and interpreters. Click each software program to learn more. Operating system is the basic program that controls the computer. The popular operating systems are Linux, Unix, Windows, etc. An assembler is a program that converts the assembly language entered by the user to machine-readable language. Compilers translate the high-level language, like C, Java, etc., into the machine-readable language. It takes the full program in one go and check for errors. It shows the errors in the high-level language with line numbers for correction after analyzing the entire program. Interpreter also translates the high-level language into machine-readable language, but it takes one statement at a time. It checks for error in each statement and stops translation of next statement if it finds an error. Let's discuss about application software. Application software is meant for the end users, who use the final product. It helps the users to perform certain type of work in the computer. Application software is classified as general-purpose application and specific-purpose application software. Word processing software, spreadsheet software, presentation software, database management software are examples of general-purpose application software. Specific-purpose application software is developed for specific tasks. Reservation system, human resource management system, payroll system, school inventory control system, billing system, etc., are examples of specific-purpose application software. We will now learn about utilities. Utility programs are designed to do the maintenance work of the system and its components. Examples are file management system, virus scanner, encryption, and decryption. A file management system manages the files and folders in the computer. File management system helps the user to copy, paste, delete and save a file in the computer drive, or an external storage devices, like hard disk, pen drive etc. Virus scanners are programs that cleans the infected program, memory and hard disk etc. Examples of antivirus programs are Norton Antivirus, Kaspersky, Quick Heal. Encryption is the process by which data is converted into a code that only authorized persons can do. Decryption is the process by which the code is converted back into readable form. Let us understand about packages. Packages are applications which consist of one or more programs developed to perform a particular task. Microsoft Office is one of the examples of packages. This package has MS Word, MS Excel, and MS PowerPoint presentation software. Let us summarize what we learned in this unit. SureGen. Characteristics of a computer are speed, accuracy, huge memory, diligence, and versatility. A computer system consists of both hardware and software. Input devices of a computer are keyboard, mouse, trackball, light pen, joystick, graphic tablet, scanner, digital camera, biometric devices, touch screens. A central processing unit consists of arithmetic and logical unit, control unit, memory unit. Computer memory is divided into 3 categories: primary memory, read-only memory, and secondary memory. RAM is the memory in the computer that holds the data and programs, and it can be accessed immediately. The data and programs stored in RAM are permanent, and will be erased when power supply goes off. For bulk storage of information, computer use the secondary memory. Output devices are monitor, speaker, printer, and plotter. Software is the non-tangible part of a computer. It is the software that enables us to interact with the computer hardware. Softwares are divided into 4 types: system software, application software, utilities, and packages. System program is again classified into operating system, assemblers, compilers, and interpreters. Application softwares are meant for the end users, who use the final product. Utility programs are designed to do the maintenance work of the system and its components. Packages are applications, which consist of one or more programs, developed to perform a particular task. Computer language is a set of commands, used to develop software for the computer. There are mainly 3 types of computer languages: machine language, assembly language, and high-level language.
Thank you for watching this video. For more videos, please subscribe our YouTube channel.